Hello, and welcome to Willow Waves, a student-produced podcast that brings together young minds to explore and discuss current events and topics that connect all of us.
Hi, I'm Lea.
And I'm Claire.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Willow Waves podcast.
Join Lea and I as we sit down with firefighter Samuel Lee. In today's conversation, Samuel talks about what it's like to work at the fire station, how the fire team becomes like a second family, and what it truly means to be a hero.
You won't want to miss this inspiring story about courage, teamwork, and running towards danger when others run away. Let's dive in.
What is it like to work every other day shifts?
It's nice. 24-hour shifts, so having a day off in between each shift allows you to recover, but also because I'm away from the family for 24 hours, it gives me, another 24 hours to spend with my family. So it's much needed both physically and mentally. So I'm very thankful for at least having that day off in between.
Why did you start firefighting?
That's a very good question. I started firefighting a little late. I started when I was 33, so before then, I worked for a church for about 5.5 years, and I really enjoyed what I was doing, but I recognized that, there's something else I could do that's very similar to what I was doing at the church in terms of helping others and, being able to be there for someone when they need someone the most. And firefighting randomly came up as an idea. It's something that I spoke to with my wife, and we both saw how there was a lot of overlap between what I was doing before and firefighting, and I just went ahead and applied and pursued it, and now I've been doing it for over 5 years now.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. How often are you in your office when someone calls for help?
So if you mean office as in the station, it happens quite often. So if you think about the station as like a second home, right? So we're at the station, we're doing whatever we need to get done. Either it's training or working out or cleaning or getting trained. Like sometimes we have to do online training and stuff like that. So we're doing all those things, and then we a call will come in, right? We never know when it's coming in, but it does happen often. And if that happens, we kind of have to drop everything we're doing and respond to that call.
What is your favorite part about firefighting?
I definitely enjoy the aspect of helping others, and that's one of the main reasons why I joined the fire department. But I also really enjoy the family aspect of it, right? Because the people I work with, so my shift, we have 10 people total, and you get to spend 24 hours together. And naturally, when you spend that much time together, you become a family. So I really enjoyed the relationships I built with my coworkers. I really enjoy the laughs that we share with one another, and the food that we get to eat together, and just the time that we get to spend.
So you've become very good friends.
Yes, yeah. And, there are some shifts who aren't as close, but I am very fortunate to have a shift that's very close. So even outside of work, we'll get together, our families will get together, and we'll hang out and stuff, so.
How do you feel about having kids while doing a difficult job?
It's definitely difficult, right? Being away from your family for 24 hours, especially, Claire, you know my children, they're younger, right? And so it's hard to be away from them for so long. But at the same time, I'm thankful that they get to see me and what I do.
Right.
And they get to see that, I'm away from them, but I'm doing something that, is helping others. And, I think they think it's pretty cool. But it can be a challenge sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're in the middle of doing something, but you need to firefight?
Like I said before, you literally, the priority is to respond, right, to whatever the call is. So actually our department, while we do fight fire, we also respond to medical calls. And so, whatever we're doing, we have to stop and just drop everything and respond to that call.
So there's like a little alarm that goes off or something?
Yeah, so there's, in each room, there's basically light that will shine and also a voice that will come out from the intercom. And it'll tell us where we're going, what we're going for, and it's definitely loud. So like in the middle of the night, it'll definitely wake you up. And the light is very bright, so it's pretty hard to sleep through it.
Yeah.
But people have definitely done it before. So you just wake them up and then get out the door.
That's cool.
It is cool, yeah.
What is it like when you're at home when a fire truck drives by?
I tend to look out and see which direction it's going in or like which units are responding. So generally, like if you see like a fire truck or a fire engine followed by like an ambulance, you could tell what the call is. It's like they're probably going to like a medical call and stuff like that. I try really hard to like try to disconnect when I'm at home. So not think about work. But we do have an app. All the firefighters have an app on their phone that tell them, what all the different calls that are going around in the county and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So you can check that. But I try my best when I'm at home to just focus on being at home. But yeah, there are definitely times where I'm staring out the window and seeing which units are responding and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
How far do you usually go to firefight?
My station is West Centerville Station, which is off of Stone Road. It's the west side of Centerville, really close to the border of like Prince William and Loudoun County. And so our response like zone, it's called our first due. Each station has a different size first due, but we could respond anywhere from right across the street, which is like a minute away, to up to like 15, 20 minutes away. So it depends on who's calling and where they're calling from. And each of the units in our county have like a GPS like tracker in them. So if certain units are out and already on a call, they'll dispatch the next closest unit. And so, it could be anywhere from like a minute to 20 minutes to respond.
Yeah. How has your job changed over the years that you have been working as a firefighter?
Yeah. So I entered the department as a firefighter EMT basic because we both do firefighting and medical like EMT calls. I've now since I started become a paramedic. Which means I get to, on medical calls, I get to do more things. I have a little more like responsibility. And then I've become a technician, which means in the EMS side of the department, I've kind of, promoted up. I'm considered the subject matter expert.
That's cool.
Yeah, in terms of EMT stuff. And then naturally, the hope is to become an officer. And which means just more responsibilities and
Do your firefighting skills ever come in handy in your personal life?
Yes. I'm very good at putting bandages on my children. But I think it also has taught me just to be very calm in certain situations, right? I think for work, you experience a lot of different things that happen in other people's lives, and then that kind of helps you put your own life into perspective, and it also just puts certain situations into perspective, and so it helps me to just stay calm and handle the situation, in the best way possible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually have one more question for you. How long do you think you're going to be doing your job?
That's a good question. I hope to do it as long as I can. It is a it's a taxing job in terms of your body. It's, you're carrying heavy things, being woken up in the middle of the night can be hard on your body as well. Yeah. It's prioritizing, getting rest and working out and stuff like that. So as long as my body can hold up, I'd want to do it as long as possible. I think in a perfect world, I hope to do it for another 20 years. So we'll see.
And you said you've been doing it for like 5 years?
A little over 5 years now. Yep.
That's cool.
Thanks for tuning in to this exciting episode of Willow Waves. We hope Samuel Lee's story has inspired you as much as it's inspired us.
Firefighters like Samuel demonstrates every day that real heroes don't just wear capes. They wear uniforms and run towards danger to save lives. Did you know that in the U.S. alone, firefighters respond to over 1.3 million fires yearly, saving countless lives along the way?
Their courage, dedication, and teamwork make all the difference in our communities. So next time you see a firefighter, take a moment to thank them for their service.
If you're ready to take action and make a difference, remember, courage is not the absence of fear, but the determination to face it head on.
We'll be back soon with more inspiring stories. Until then, stay safe, stay brave, and keep the courage alive. Catch you on the next episode of Willow Waves.